My name is Alexander Osei Kwame, possible, from Ghana. Our previous lecture, we look at the inductive method of writing the body or the developing paragraph and realize that the inductive method moves from specific to general, or the point of specification to generalization. We have also seen that the deductive method also moves from the point of being general to specific, or generalization to specification. That's the deductive method. Today, we are going to look at the other methods. Why? This is simply because the inductive and the deductive are the most important methods. So, having treated them separately, we are going to combine the rest together. Now, another method that can be employed is cause and effect approach. As a writer, you can also use causes and effect approach. The cause and effect approach, one way or the other, picks an action and it brings a conclusion, or it picks a statement or a research from a person, and it looks at the flaws or the mistakes in it, and it builds its conclusion on that. With this approach, we are saying that with this approach, the writer explains why certain things happen and the outcome of such decisions. Look at it very careful. They explain why certain things happen and the outcome of such decisions. That is to say that the writer uses the approach to show relationship that exists between an action and outcomes that happens after the action or a decision has been taken. I hope it makes sense. Good. And what gave rise to that decision? So it looks at an action, and what caused it, and what decision is going to be taken, and why are you taking that decision? Cause and effect. I hope it makes sense. Good. So we are saying that the writer uses the approach to show relationship that exists between an action and outcomes that happens after the action. I hope it makes sense. The outcomes that happens after the action. That is to say that the writer uses this approach to show the relationship that exists between an action and outcomes. So we are saying that the cause and effect approach. Another type or another method is the compare and contrast. That is differences and similarities. So the writer, over here too, we are saying that the writer also looks at the differences and the similarities that exist in the topic under discussion. So we are saying that the writer develops this paragraph by comparing and contrasting objects, facts, humans, and what of you, in order to establish the differences and similarities that exist between or among the mentioned items. So under comparing and contrasting, we are saying that we compare the object facts, humans, or informations, and we contrast them. I hope it makes sense. So we look at the similarities and the differences that are between these items, the facts, the informations, or the humans, or the topic under discussion. I hope it makes sense. So we compare and we contrast. Look at the similarities. So that is to say that under comparing and contrasting, facts, objects, human concepts, and ideas concerning the topic under discussion are brought. And we look at the similarities and differences within them. And then we, based on that, we build or develop the body. Now, trust me, I have told you that these types are very difficult to be tackled. So always go by the deductive and the inductive approach. Another method is the use of examples. We can also use examples to build our body or our developing paragraph. I hope it makes sense. Yes, indeed. Examples could also be used. The writer can cite instances from different sources to support the point that is under discussion, or can use those points as an evidence. I hope it makes sense. That's how it is. We can also use factual details, such as statistics. The writer uses facts in the form of research findings, dates, figures, quotations, etc., as evidence in support of the claim. In the year 2019, for instance, I'm giving an example, right? I'm giving an example. In the year 2019, the percentage of teenage pregnancy shooted up from 50% to 60%. From the investigation or the research being conducted by University of Cape Coast students, it was being realized that curiosity contributes 80% to the cause of the teenage pregnancy. You see that one? So you are using facts, research findings, dates, figures, statistics. I hope it makes sense. So that is how it is. You can use factual details, such as research findings, details, quotations, figures and statistics, in order to build your body. I hope it makes sense. Note, in the body, complex issues are breakdown, or we break complex issues down to smaller units, which will be manageable to the reader. So whenever you are building your body or developing paragraph, make sure to break every information down so that the reader or your audience will understand you. So once again, I've told you that we have methods of tackling the body. One is deductive, another one is inductive, another one is cause and effects, compare and contrast, examples, factual details. You can employ any one of these. You are at liberty to use any one of these. But my humble advice is to go by the inductive method. Yes, I will advise you. Notwithstanding, if you are very good and you are a brilliant writer and you want to go by the deductive, you are good to go. Or the rest of the method, you are good to go. I hope it makes sense. So, if you want to write a body, follow these steps. Now listen to me. When you are writing a body, we are saying that it must not deviate from the introduction, which is the thesis statement and the organization. If you are treating the various points one after the other, make sure that you exhaustively treat them, and you treat them very well. Coherence is very important. Make sure that your concluding sentence supports the minor sentence, and the minor sentence supports the major sentence, and the major sentence supports the topic sentence, and your topic sentence in the body supports the introduction, which is the thesis statement and the organization, and the introduction also supports the title, and the title also supports the question that has been given unto you. My next lecture, I'm going to focus on conclusion, which is the last part of an essay. Once again, my name is Alexander. Bye-bye.